We're Hack the Dino. This is the Critical Path, and boy, do we have a story for you.
So, if the followers who just noticed that we went offline, it's because lightning hit something, the house went black, and then my house actually flooded in an inch of water, and we had to go in buckets, and we've changed clothes. You guys haven't. Look how wet Floppy is.
We've got a wet Floppy.
He's a happy dog at the beach.
If you only could see how much my tail was wagging.
Flooded house, flooded studio. Very scared about all the nice expensive electric equipment we've got in here. But that won't stop us from bringing you, our awesome viewers, the latest edition of The Critical Path. Yes, we are Hack the Dino. This is our Critical Path, and this is the 89th time we've done this. 89 times. I'm Ben Rosenthal.
I'm Daniel McGuinness.
I am Floppy Starrick.
And over on the keys, we've got the hottest guy this side of the Keyville place. It's Braden Dixon.
I'm actually drenched in water, so...
Just don't jiggle the plug.
My undies are wet. They actually are.
I wasn't going to say it, but...
If you look up on our Facebook, there's actually a photo of me saturated without a shirt and a broom brushing water out of the
studio.
world.
Yeah,
out of the studio.
Contain. He's
Anyhow.
topless.
He looks good though, doesn't he?
He does.
I did not.
Nice.
Let's get on with the show. I even did my hair. I even blow dried it.
I can't believe you blow dried your hair.
As I was saying, we're Hack the Dino. This is our Critical Path, our nonsense video game discussion show. You can catch us every fortnight over on youtube.com/hackthedino, which is where you may be watching it now. So while you are, please hit that little thumb button there to give us a little thumbs up, and go and hit that subscribe button, and go and press that bell, ring that bell, make Dan's wet underpants even happier.
Tickle the dinger.
Oh.
Little man rowing the boat, give him a flick. Russell on SoundCloud.
Why are all our sexual innuendos flowing out recently? Anyhow, let's get on with the show.
We're on SoundCloud as well, also on iTunes, also on all the other podcast apps. But we're going to get right into it because this is ridiculous. Time for what we've been playing.
What we've been playing.
Dan, what have you been playing?
Man, I'm so disheveled and flustered. I don't even know what I've been playing. So this week I looked into, over on the old Games Pass, I looked into A Plague Tale: Innocence.
Now, this is a game that I've heard a heap about. Didn't even look into. I just that everyone really likes it.
No one did. It's really weird. It's by Asobo Studios. You guys heard of them?
No, but
Never.
Is it?
They did Fuel.
It's
Remember
one of the
Fuel?
games.
Oh, yeah.
One of the games where you mention it and people go, "Oh yeah, I've heard good things. I should probably play that."
Yeah.
But no one has.
That's exactly what happened to me as well. So it's a so ready for this? It's a third-person action-adventure horror stealth game.
Sweet.
So you play as Amicia. It's all set in France.
I miss you too.
Yeah, I know. Amicia de Ruin. And it opens with, as you can see here, here's your tutorial opening. It opens with you hunting with your dad for a boar. You can see here. And you got your little, what are they called? A sling?
Yep.
And so that's, you can sling things and that. And you can hide in bushes. And this is like your tutorial. This goes bad pretty quickly, as in, it's suddenly, your dog runs off and you have to start chasing your dog. And do you want to skip forward to this?
Braden.
I was going to say, like hunting with your child for a boar or something in the forest. It's very God of War.
Oh, you wait. No. Yes, I never really thought of that. It's not, though.
The boar's Kratos.
You're going to click forward to it. Looks a bit less... No.
Tutorial?
Yeah. Anyhow, your dog runs off. You run after your dog, right? And then suddenly your dog gets pulled into the ground. So you see a dog death straight away. You run home, and suddenly these jerks rock up at your house, and they're like, "We're the Inquisition. Where's your son?" Because you've got a brother as well. And this is actually your father there. And they rock up, and they're like, "We want to get your brother." So they kill... stuff happens. People might die.
Spoilers happen.
So you grab your brother, and you bail. And then the rest of the game is just you and your brother on this mission, and it's set up very, very much like The Last of Us. Right. And the developers actually said, we played The Last of Us, we played this and that, and we wanted to create a game that felt like that. A lot of hiding. There is no health bar, because anytime you get hit, anytime you get seen, it's instant death in this game. There's no health, there's no nothing. So it's all running out, ditching rocks, to distract enemies and get out of stuff. And you're going across the country to try. Your brother is sick, and they want him because you don't know why they want him, but he has so there's some bloodline power that your family's got or something. But it's in a relatively real universe.
Chosen one.
Yeah, and your brother's name's Hugo. So you and Hugo, you go along, and you can actually split up with Hugo. You can go, Hugo, you stop here. You can say you've got him here.
So do they?
And then you can run away. But he is quite scared all the time. And if you leave him, he has panic attacks and stuff. So you have to choose when you leave Hugo and not leave Hugo. You can also send him on to do stuff like go through walls and that. But if you leave him alone too long, he starts to panic. And then as soon as he gets killed, it's game over.
So it's the dialogue sort of like Hugo. And he goes, I miss you.
Yeah, I miss you. I don't know if I can do it. Anyhow,
I got the track band.
Oh yeah.
Thank you, Brayden. Brayden gets a pay rise.
Anyone at home get a joke?
Yeah. So you have, so no health, instant death. You do this for a while, and then suddenly, and then you have, so you find items everywhere, like little bits and bobs, and you get to upgrade stations. You can upgrade your sling. You can upgrade how much ammo you can hold, and that's really fun. So it encourages you to look around. Here you can see on the screen, for other people, this is a town, and there's a lot of disease in this town, and a lot of blame. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So the
plague.
Then the bloody rats come into it. So Braden, maybe skip about 3/4 of the way through this.
That kid just...
Yeah. So and look at this.
Oh, yeah.
So the rats have invaded at the start. That's what takes your dog. So the rats can't stand fire or light. So it's a constant thing of trying to get through these rat-infested and this is a battlefield here, so you can't see it. So there's a million things. There's so many shocking things in here, and you do it in really, really, really unique ways. And you can use the rats. So there's a guy. You see, you see this guy walking over the hill here. He has a light, and the rats don't like him. So she's probably gonna donk his light out, and he'll get ratted.
Dear.
You see, she's doing that. And then all the rats just swarm him and he gets eaten. And
wow.
So there's all different ways. And there's some really shocking things in here. So there's a pig farm that you go to and you have to pull the pigs out and you sacrifice them to get through. And your brother's going, but the pigs, no, this is horrible. And there's so many horrible things in this game. So it's basically puzzles of how to get through these rats. You can also later on learn alchemy, and you can create sling things that set stuff on fire. You can see here. So she's got a fire sling here. Oh, she knocked him out. And now the rats are going to go eat him. So, pretty heavy stuff. The voice acting is amazing in this. I think it is. It's very French. So, I think it sounds amazing to me. She actually got... This was in... this has been nominated for so many awards that I looked up. It's never won one, though. It's in every category. It's been nominated for an award, but it's never quite won it.
So, it's this year's Spider-Man?
Yeah, probably. What have we got? So you go, the puzzles aren't that hard, but they change them up a lot, if you know what I mean. So you'd be like, okay, how am I going to do this? Oh, okay, I can set that alight, and I can pull this cart over here and do that, and it seems to work most of the time. You maybe stuff up a puzzle once or twice, but then you get it. And then usually it's what's the most disgusting way I could get through this? Oh, let's set a corpse on fire, drag it into this spot, and and stuff like that. It takes about 11 hours to beat it. Okay. Which is a nice level. That's
Did you roll credits on it or?
No, not yet. I'm a little bit I'm quite far through it. Maybe click forward a little bit further, Brain, and see if there's the pig bit.
I don't want to see more.
I won't show the pigs. It is very Last of Us mouse.
Yeah. Last of Mouse.
It's a story game, but with this, I get this in a lot of story games. I even got this from God of War and stuff. And Last of Us, it's a little bit too slow for me. There's a lot of this walking around where they're talking the dialogue, which I do like, because I don't like cutscenes that much.
Yep.
But it's a little bit slow for me. But that is me. I'm a person that's very fast and needs stuff in games, and I understand that this game is pretty much perfect for and how it moves along. I love The Last of Us, but I still thought it was too slow. So we all know it's
I'm actually surprised that there's no dismemberment here. I'm actually surprised.
There is dismemberment in this game. But you don't do it. You see it happening. Look at this. So you're swinging this thing here, and the rats run out of it whilst they run under there quickly. Yeah, there's all these great things you can do. So this game is a beautiful fill gap for people waiting for Last of Us 2.
That's the pull quote on the box.
Yeah. Want to play Last of Us? You're waiting for Last of Us 2? Play this game. And that's it.
And it's on.
So I play it on Game Pass, which I'm going to mention it later. I think so.
Oh, okay, cool.
You can see that, and yeah, good game. Check it out. What is it?
Plague's Tale.
A Plague's Tale Innocence. Is there a Plague's Tale? Is this the second one?
This is the first.
The first? Oh yeah, they just put a little catchphrase in there for no reason.
Makes it cooler.
Does make it cool.
All right.
Anyway, that's what I've been playing.
Okay, what I've been playing. If you are subscribed to us on YouTube and you rang that bell, you may have got a notification of the very first game review that, I've done. I played a game called 1980X over last weekend. Very short game. You can hear all my thoughts and see all my thoughts in the review that is up on the YouTube page. So go check that out because I'm quite proud of it.
Are you going to talk about it?
I will talk about it very, very quickly.
Oh, just quickly, Braden. This is the whole game, so you can click through this and show bits and
I'll
bobs.
jump around a bit.
So it started out as a Kickstarter project, which was released and just paid homage to all the arcade games of the 1980s. You play as Kid, who lives in suburbia, but once more, he becomes hooked onto video games after going into a forbidden club one night.
Forbidden Club.
And you basically play arcade games which are clones of classic games. As you can see on the screen here, this is a Final Fight type game. Dispersed between really beautiful animated cutscenes.
Yeah,
and
it looks
really
so...
great voiceover work. I'll get into the music in that a little bit later. But you've got some classic arcade games, like there's one called Into the Void or Out of the Void, I think, and it's basically R-Type. But what they've done while making it, this is one of the cutscenes we can see on the screen now.
He looks like
Kid.
Kaneda, he reminds me of from Akira.
See, I thought he looked like Marty McFly.
Oh, that's good as well.
It looks like if you put the two together.
It kind of looks like a little bit like, what's his name from Robotech?
Yeah, it's everyone. It's the 80s
He looks like an
encapsulated
anime.
in a
Got that
youth.
face.
So one of them was an R-Type clone, and as you go along, typical R-Type game. If you skip forward a little bit, Braden, it might be coming up. Just
Look at
after
those
this.
people.
That looks like a Sierra game.
Yeah, well, this is the hidden arcade that he wasn't supposed to be. Oh, they had one line. The dialogue is really, really cool. I'm all over the place here. My review says it much better, but the dialogue is great. It's almost poetic, and it's just so full of teen angst. It's corny, but so good. So when he comes in here, he goes, I just saw the coolest uncool people I've ever seen. It was just a great line. I loved it. So he's about to go into here, into Enter the Void. Go forward about 30 seconds, Braden. So this here is the R-Type clone. What you're doing there is, that's sort of like a mini-boss. You're blowing up the ship. You've blown up the ship, and that's the mini-boss going there. You fight him there. You can inflict some damage before you actually meet him. And now you have to dodge that ship, because if you get in the way, it blows you up.
Nice.
Oh my God.
So they added little things like that, little quality of life to the game, which gives it a little bit of a point on difference. The music, we can't hear it right now, but the music is sensational. It's like an 16-bit chiptunes type track. But then they get some real synth 80s rock going in
like
there.
Kavinsky vibe, or college.
Oh, it's great. So you're there playing and it sounds like an arcade game. Then all of a sudden these synth tracks hit. This part was amazing. So you play an Outrunner clone.
Yeah, that looks
So how many mini games are there?
I think it's about 5.
Okay.
Are they
them
all
all,
different?
Braden.
Are they all different?
Yeah, just keep it on this one for a sec. Yes, they are
Yeah.
all different. So this one here, this Outrunner one, you do the first level, which is basically like Outrunner, going around the corners and whatnot, getting to the checkpoints in order to get there in time. Then it goes dark and you go through this checkpoint and you get like 250 seconds. And you're just driving along with this music in the background as Kid is narrating to you sort of like how his dad left and how nothing was the same. And he's talking to you as you're just driving along. There's no competition. You don't have to get anywhere. You don't have to beat anything. It's almost like your kid playing the game. You're having these thoughts go through your head. The writing and the character work is just so good leading up to it. I will say though, the disappointing thing is it ends and it just stops.
I want to see some more of the games. Or
Okay, so-
Ninja.
Yeah, this is
Is that Shadow Warrior?
basically,
Yeah.
So this is a Shadow Warrior clone where you run this. It gets longer and longer. The very last level was an RPG, but the old school, this is great.
Dude, that's hot.
The old school RPGs where you're working in grids and you press forward, right, and then an enemy. There you go. Enemy comes up and you can choose slash or hack or whatever. So after this is the last level, and you finish it, and then you just get another screen, and then that's it.
The end.
They drop lots and lots of plot threads throughout the game through the narration of Kid. and you think, oh, it's all going to tie up and lead to somewhere, but then no, the screen comes up and he stands up and he goes, oh, there's more to come, and then that's it.
Do you reckon they're going to just maybe start creating more of the mini games and add it into it? Because that would be
really, really cool.
That's a golden ticket for them if they do that.
Oh, absolutely. But it only took me just over an hour to finish. It's really short, and it cost me $15 Australian. So I'm not sure. It's an amazing game.
That sounds like $8 would be good.
Yeah.
I would pay $8 for that.
Yeah, I'd pay $8.
The game itself is great. It's just way too short. Give it a go if you like, but...
Did you notice in the arcade scene, it was my favourite thing I just saw then, on the wall in the arcade is a digitised sort of bitty version of the Lost Boys poster.
Yeah,
Ooh.
there's little things like that all the way through.
That was fantastic.
But I really enjoyed this game. The pixel art is fantastic. The music is sensational. The writing, besides the ending, is exceptionally good. It's really atmospheric. It's so full of angst and, oh, if only I could get that person. Oh, my family. Oh, I'm stuck in this 2-bit town. I just need to get away.
The end.
I just need to drive. Yeah, done.
I'll drop down to 2,000.
Yeah.
Hang on, we're back.
But are we? Oh.
We are back in the tiniest of regards.
It'll come back. It's just dropped out because of the rain.
Rain's going to stop now.
Anyone else?
Do you want to type?
Yeah, you want to jump in the chat? I
Yeah.
can't.
Oh, we're back.
We're back.
We're back, guys.
We're back. Sorry about that, guys. Internet is being crazy. It did get struck by lightning after all. So game's really good. You should play it. Floppy, what have you been playing?
I've been playing a little game called Blacksad, Under the Skin.
Yep.
It's done by Pendulum Studios, who, after having a little bit of a look, haven't done a lot of stuff. They've done like lots of little sort of PC sort of adventure games. In this game, it's a 1950s detective story, kind of film noir, set in this anthropomorphic world. So it's one thing that I really love about it, actually. Everyone in this is animals. There's panthers, there's rhinos, there's cats.
Tigers and bears.
Oh my.
Yeah, thank you.
And no explanation as to why. It's just the way it is, and I love that. I think the artwork is beautiful. I think it's quite soft, but it's very detailed. So I really enjoyed looking at it, which is good.
Do you know about the creator of this?
I don't. I know it was based on Spanish comics.
He's an ex-Disney animator.
I did not know that.
And it's based on the comics Blacksad, which we have at Greenlight Comics.
Nice plug. So you played John Blacksad, being the detective that you can see on the screen there. He's a private detective. He's a war veteran. He's basically Humphrey Bogart as a panther.
Hunt-free Gobart?
Yes, that too.
Hunt-free. Yeah, sorry, I didn't work it out.
So it's centered around this case that you're investigating, and it's the suicide of a boxing gym owner. Or was it suicide? That's what you got to find out. Bum, bum, bum. So it uses some QuickTime events. Now, QuickTime events, they're used for things like fight scenes or just sort of progress little cutscene parts. Now, I generally think that cutscenes and things like that with QuickTime events can be overused very easily.
I'm not a fan of them at all.
Yeah, places like Heavy Rain, stuff like that. Which is still a great game, but it used a lot of QuickTime events. In this game, I think they were used sparingly and very well placed. So where they were used, it makes sense, and it progressed the game along really nicely. So as John, you explore crime scenes and areas of interest. As you can see here, you can interrogate them again. Hey, we're back.
And we're back!
We're back. So I think I was saying it is quite a dark story. Not one I'd probably play around younger kids. It deals with suicides and murders and.
That's what I was going to ask, because the comic is quite adult.
Yeah, and I think they probably tamed it down a bit from the comic, but it has got those themes and those overtones in there. So one of the things you do as you're doing here, which is sort of making deductions, is you can use animal sensors. We going again?
No, keep going.
We're going. You can use your animal sensors, your smell, your sight, your hearing to find clues. Once you've got all these clues, you have a deduction menu, which is you literally zoom in on John Blacksad's face. He takes a pose where he's having a little thought, and you can link the clues together to make more clues in some aspects, or deductions.
Keep rolling. Let's just ignore it. Just keep doing the show.
Yeah.
And once you've got those, then it furthers the story. Now, it's pretty linear. So in the fact that you can't move on from most areas until you've sort of done the things that you have to reach in that area. But you can move on without finding all the clues. So if you're a completionist, you can go back. There are collectibles to find little baseball cards and
Sausage
things
legs.
like that.
Cool.
Another war veteran. But yeah, so you'd zoom into that area.
Did you just say sausage legs?
It looks like sausages.
Oh, hashtag cancel Dan.
Did we drop out then? Please,
No,
please say we dropped
I
out
believe
then.
we were live then.
Please say.
What do you mean? He's like, planets were like screwed up. Like little sausages.
There's only one thing that's screwed up here, Dan.
Yes.
Anyway, this game,
anyway.
is it glitchy as all hell? Because I've read reports, especially the Switch version, is
Okay.
almost unplayable.
So I did have some glitches, a couple of gripes, a few glitches. Now I played it on PS4, so I haven't played it on Switch, which I know has been, like you said, almost unplayable.
No, actually unplayable.
Actually
like,
unplayable.
You get to a point, and the game glitches out and freezes, and you can't play it anymore.
So I haven't done that because I
Whoa,
actually managed
really?
to roll.
Yeah.
I rolled credits on this, so I've rolled credits. I've seen the end, but I did have excruciatingly long loading times.
Wow.
So to the point where a little loading screen indicator would come in the bottom of the screen, and it would sometimes sit on 16, then go to 29, then go to 90, then go back to 80. And it doesn't sound like, when you say 30 seconds, it doesn't sound like a long time, but when you're waiting for that next scene to kick over,
Just
it's a
ask
really
people
long time.
in the comments.
How they're going.
How it's going, sitting there for 30 seconds.
Hello, we're back.
Interpretive dance, just for you, because our mics dropped out.
Man, it's all happening
What
today,
a
isn't it?
great show for everyone to come on in. Anyway, Floppy, you were saying.
Yeah, you know
Usually
what
the
you're
show
saying.
goes quite well and without problems.
We haven't had a cluster like this in a long, long time.
Have you ever
I
had
mean,
one
when
with this
there's
one?
literally lightning going through our mixing desk.
Yeah,
Like, what
well,
are we
okay.
meant to do?
True. The other thing I was going to say is I had physical glitches, so there was a few times I disappeared through walls or fell through the floor. Not many times, but that was it. The only other thing that I had a problem with it was actually the difficulty level.
Right.
So it's not hard, but you get to certain points, and if you fail, you can fail quick time events and you can die. But if that happens, it just starts you back at the start of the quick time event.
Yeah, right. That's not good.
And you kind of already know what you've got to press. It
What's
doesn't.
the point of having a quick time event if you're just going to start from the exact same spot and just press the same button
It is
again?
literally the same button.
It's just a cutscene with an idiot mode.
Yeah, so that sort of, because it took that sense of intenseness and like that and danger away from it. Because if you did the cutscene and failed it, you sort of knew what buttons to press next anyway. On the flip side, I love what it looks like. Like I said before, it is a beautiful game. The shading, the coloring,
The depth that they do.
the depth that they go into the detail and just all the reflections. Reflections, it's ridiculous why reflections look so good. But yeah, the background music, it's this cool, like constant 1950s jazz.
Oh.
You know, you just sort of makes you want to smoke a cigarette. Just like that. And the storytelling is phenomenal. It actually has twists and turns that I didn't see coming in the story with characters and the character development, and that was great. So all up, I would say play it, just not on the Switch. It's available on
Poor
Xbox
old
and
Nintendo.
PS4. Play it on those. Don't play it on the
It's
Switch.
not their fault that they came out with a horrendously underpowered machine.
Oh dear.
What world is this?
Good lord!
Did you just cut off the news? You just panic, Brayden, and just...
There was a panic moment where all of a sudden two anthropomorphic animals were engaging in intercourse through a photograph in
I
a
think you'll
video
find
game.
that was a discourse.
I think they were playing patty cake like Jessica Rabbit.
They
Yeah.
were wrestling.
So like I said, there's some darker and more adult themes in the game.
Is that the end of the review?
Yes.
And we're back.
No, we're done. News.
News!
Best show ever. We've got flooding, we've got power outages, we've got lightning, we've got lagging, we've got animals doing the nasty.
Got the mics going off.
I got you on that one.
Ornaments.
Animals, I love
Let's
animals.
get into the
What was I
news.
trying to say there? Corey Barlog has hinted during the week that a God of War sequel may be about to start production. During a sit-down with PlayStation Access, Barlog said, the story of Faye and Kratos meeting. There's less weight when you don't know anything that's coming ahead, right? Meeting her needs to actually feel like something. That you already know the story that we were told here, So there's a greater weight behind who she is. She's got a mythology to build up. So for me, I'm going to make a prediction now. This is one of Ben's infamous and famous hot picks that I always get right.
Future classic.
Handshake to the past or future.
Meat turkey.
The sequel to God of War is going to be called Gods of War.
Gods.
Yep. Atreus is going to be older. He's going to be a teenager.
No.
And Faye and Kratos are going to meet through flashbacks.
Who's Faye?
That's his wife who's dead at the end, who you burn.
Didn't you play the game?
Yeah, but I can't remember anyone's names. I played every single one of them. Even the PSP ones or whatever they were. Like,
Chains of Olympus.
yeah.
Outer Worlds was announced today for the Nintendo Switch. It's coming out on March 6th. Now, for all of you people like me who like getting the big pretty box, you can get a physical edition of this game. It's just got a download code in the box that you download the game from.
Is that true?
That's absolutely true.
Your physical version is a digital copy of
So
the
your
game.
physical version is a non-physical version. It's like buying a ghost.
Basically,
Like
with
the
a
trap.
serial number.
It's exactly what it's like.
Remember when you bought that Ghost?
Yeah, I loved that Ghost.
Do you remember in
Right.
Spaceballs when they've got the cans of air and he's like, because like the air's running out on the planet?
I do remember that. That was good.
Spaceballs.
Anyway, so Dan, is Outer Worlds worth getting? If it's on a lower frame rate?
Well, no.
No?
You might as well get the super duper version. You don't want to get some turkeyed out version.
But is this a game that you have fun playing on the go?
Oh, that's a different question. This would be a great game for travel.
Yeah?
When you're on a plane, train, automobile,
With your Switch Pro.
with John Candy, it would be a great game to play on the go. Yeah, because like it's especially because of the Switch. You know, you can just like click on and off. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like you don't even have to turn it off. It just pauses.
Sleep. Standby mode.
Sleeps. Yeah. This would be a great game for that. If it worked, but it's not going to work. Is that what we're
Game
saying?
Boy.
Yeah, sure. I don't know.
I mean, there are some bits in this that I'm
Yeah.
pretty. Cause I play this game. I'm pretty much positive the Switch will not be able to do.
Yeah.
Like some of the planetary lighting and stuff like that. I just don't think it'd be able to handle it.
I think it'll just be pop-up city.
I was going to say draw distance will
Yeah.
be a nightmare.
It's going to be fog everywhere. It's going to be like Turok
It'll
version
just be
2.
rendering around you as you run.
Like Rage 1 did. That was the worst.
Oh, speaking of Rage, Mortal Kombat Online is a thing again.
Good segue.
Mortal Kombat! I wish we had that. We should get a button.
I can do that.
Yeah, let's do that.
We'll do that next time.
Every time there's Rage. Mortal Kombat! So Mortal Kombat Online was cancelled early last year, but has since been rated in the UK for the PS4, Xbone, and the Switch. And the rating reads, Mortal Kombat Collection, spelled with a K, Online is the original Mortal Kombat trilogy that Mortal Kombat fans always wanted. Upgraded art, gameplay, and online features provide an incredible experience that will relive the Classics.
Revive the classics.
classics.
Classics with a K.
Classics with a K.
How do you say that? Is it different?
No, it's just them being, hey, look, our game is
Why do we
spelled
have
correctly.
K's and C's then?
Because it's Mortal Kombat, and that's edgy, man.
A little chirp, big cut.
Oh, fair
Yeah.
enough. So as a person who's a massive Mortal Kombat fan, my entire life, I've never asked for this.
Really?
Nah?
Well, see, I haven't because I still own these games on my arcade machine and my numerous console
Devices.
versions. So
Yeah.
and the Super Nintendo
Yeah, it's
version.
not.
is
It's
great.
not. It's not as if Mortal Kombat hasn't been accessible to play for the last 15 years. Like,
And because
Yeah.
it's so small, why don't they just release it as a download thing? Like, just release the ports.
so yeah, you should be able to find this in the crypt. In
Yeah.
the Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah,
should be
that'd
able to find.
great. That would be great.
You're a big Mortal Kombat fan?
I'm not. I like it. I do enjoy playing them, but I'm terrible at them, so I've never gotten good at them.
That's right, we did a Let's
yeah, I
Final
remember.
Four.
I did not win a single.
Who
match.
won that?
I believe you did.
I did.
Mr.
That's-
Martial
I believe the
Artist.
viewers won.
I think, yeah, viewers
No,
were
they
the real.
didn't.
We
viewers
should
were
do
the
a
real
petition
winners.
with Hack the Dino to get rid of the small C's. I reckon K's are the only sound we need in
Yeah,
our
we've probably got
alphabet.
enough viewers to do that.
The word
Yeah.
cat? That's
Yeah.
cool with a K.
Yeah. We should do that. Petitions always work,
Look,
especially
there were
for,
Michael Towns in the chat that are in it. Classics with a K.
Yeah.
With
2Ks.
Yeah, 2Ks.
Speaking of 2Ks,
That company.
Mortal Kombat Scorpion's Revenge trailer got released.
Wah, 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 wah.
Anyway, I didn't really like the animation for this. I thought it was a bit, what's it called when
Nothing
it's...
special.
Yeah, it sort of like freezes every second frame.
It's bland.
Yeah.
See, this trailer's it said rated R, and I watched this whole trailer. There's nothing in this trailer making it worth rated R. Is that the actual animation itself can be highly like anime violent? Because there's nothing in here to show that it looks anime violent.
No.
Anime violent?
Was it a big R or a little R?
Oh, that's K's, mate.
Either way, like I think it's just a
Well, that was our
retelling
thing.
of the storyline we got in Mortal Kombat 9, where they went back in time and redid all the storyline out of the mid. What's it called now? It's the Netherrealms era, because the official storyline's split in two now. So yeah, I think it's just them getting it all up, putting it all together, and doing a thing.
I just want to know if it's worth being an R-rated. Like, if there's going to be heaps of violence that is not showing in this trailer. Like, this is a PG-13 trailer.
So do you think, though, that this being released has anything to do with the upcoming film?
Well, yeah, because the film has nothing to do with the storyline they're showing here.
Do we
these
know
guys,
that, though?
These guys
I know that.
Oh, okay.
the guys making the
Mr.
animation
Insider.
are cashing in on the fact the film's coming out.
Yeah,
Because they can,
okay.
because this is their
I didn't know if it was
storyline.
going to be like a lead-up to or something
And
like
people are going to be very upset with what they do with the film.
that. Okay, like
So,
hardcore fans.
Yeah. All right. So
Like, any more upset than the last film?
my sources tell me, and Townsy might be able to back this up.
Noise.
Because they made it in Adelaide, if people don't know, which is our home channel, which
Yeah.
we are in right now, which is flooding.
And I know... No, I'm not going to say who I know. Basically, Scorpion is killed by Sub-Zero in the opening credits, but it takes place in modern day, and Scorpion's son is the main character,
Oh, nice.
and he tries to go after Scorpion.
Did you know-
Sub-Zero.
Did you know that, like, the actor that
Oh,
plays...
and Kano and Sonya Blade are best friends and partners.
So the actor that plays Raiden
Yeah.
is the guy that played Ichi the Killer in the Miike film, in Ichi the Killer, which was a massive film when we were all growing up. And my mate, we loved it together, he was working in the bar, and that dude just came and sat down in front of him, and he's like, "You're Ichi the Killer." And he's like...
Brayden,
No idea what you're talking about.
do you have a story about the Mortal Kombat film that you want to share?
Oh yeah, I was working a photo booth at this like pub, bar, club type thing.
Yep.
And the event I was there for, they finished up at midnight, so they were all packing up and they're leaving. And within 2 seconds, the entire location was filled with 500 to 600 people because the Mortal Kombat rap after party was there. It was buck wild.
And you just schmoozed in and stayed?
No, I had to panic and try and pack up this giant photo booth. It was a nightmare.
You should have kept it up and got photos of all the stars.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that'd have been mental.
Speaking of photos, you know what one of the best games ever is?
Pokemon Snap?
Pokemon Snap. And Pokemon Home has had details announced. It's being released in Feb. Thank you. I can hear the audience on the internet. Thank you.
Explain to me what Pokemon Home is.
Pokemon Home is basically a storage facility for you to store all your Pokemon in and put them over to your Sword and Shield.
What? It's not even a game.
No, it's not even a game.
It's like Google Drive.
It's Google Drive. So there's two versions. Your basic free version where you can have 30 Pokemon in there, or premium, which is a lot of money, $25 Australian a year.
Jesus.
Yeah, I know. So it's released February 2020. Pokemon Go is not supported at launch, but it will be eventually. So you're looking at $80 for the game, which is Pokemon Sword or Pokemon Shield.
Yeah.
$30 for Nintendo Online in order to use it, and then a further $25 a year for Google Drive for your Pokemon. So I think we all know what a kind of a Pokemon fan I am. I'm pretty high up there. Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm not getting this.
Whoa.
I'm not.
For a
doing it.
Poke Drive, you have to pay $25 a year.
A year.
All right, so I'm not a big Pokemon guy, but I have got the game and I am playing it. I don't understand what this does for you that you can't do in the game.
So you can transfer all your Pokemon from Gen 4 upwards.
Which one was Gen 4?
Gen 4 was
Was that X and Y?
Pearl and Diamond.
Oh.
So
How have you still got
they have one of those, well, because I collect them.
They're not real things.
Shut up. They have one on the DS at the moment, which is $6 a year. Same program.
Is that not the exact same thing, though?
Exact same thing for the DS.
So I'm aware of that. Why are you paying
Yeah.
$25 for another version of the same
Because
thing?
this one's on the Switch.
Nintendo, what are you doing?
Well, you know, because the Pokemon Company isn't earning enough through Pokemon Go and that. What did they earn last year? Oh, yeah, $1.4 billion.
So answer me this. So it's $25
Riddle
a
me
year
this.
for this.
Yep.
Do you then still need to utilize it, the $30 a year online account? for
Yes. You need Nintendo Online in order to use it.
Wow.
So how much is that all up?
Bad. That's over
So
130
80, 110, 100, yeah.
150 bucks?
About almost $150, $145.
You get a World of Warcraft couple of accounts for that.
Why would you?
So that's a little bit of a rip-off. And speaking of rip-offs, Stadia.
Good lord.
There was a report released today where in an interview, someone from Stadia, someone from Google, when quizzed about the lack of games or the lack of game announcements coming out, is quoted saying, yeah, it's up to game devs to announce their games.
What a donkey!
Such a bad move.
This is an official press release. He said that. What's more, the Tomb Raider games and Samurai Showdown are being taken off the Stadia servers in February. So they're already removing games.
They haven't even launched that thing properly yet.
Well, they
What, is it out?
haven't.
No, I mean, it's out. But
It's out, but
Is it?
not really.
Yeah.
I thought it was like not out yet.
Yeah,
for some reason. I thought it was
it
a
came
joke.
out so...
Oh, it's a joke, alright.
I didn't get.
It's a big old joke. You know what's not a joke, though? Animal Crossing. Do you know what's not a joke? Animal Crossing fans. And do you know why? Because they shell out big money for stuff like this. Brayden, hit us with the thing.
I'm trying to find the photo. Hold
Okay,
on.
you find the photo. Nintendo announced that they're releasing an Animal Crossing Switch on March 20th.
I forgot to put this in the play.
That's
That's
all
why
right.
I was having a bit of trouble. Sorry.
I've got it. Hold on. Wait up.
Throw it up there, Brayden.
Yeah, no, keep going.
Alright, I'm going to keep going. So, Animal Crossing people are crazy fanatics and we love them heaps, and so does Nintendo because they spend lots of the money.
What do you do in Animal Crossing? I've never even seen it playing.
You play a boy, and you go to an island
Or a
this
girl.
time.
Or a girl.
Or a girl. You play them,
Pay your mortgage.
and
You haven't played it, have you, Ben?
yeah.
You don't
On
know
my
what you're
phone.
talking about.
Yeah, I just got thrown because I made a grand sweeping generalization, which isn't very fair and it's not very
You
inclusive.
shake trees.
You shake trees, and then a raccoon comes along and says, "Hey, give me my money." You go, "Well, I haven't got any money." So you give me my money,
Is that what he happens?
and you go, "Well,
Yeah.
just
Tom Nook, mate.
just calm down, man.
Tom
Like,
Nook.
just
There he
calm
is.
down." There he is on top of the flag. He's going, "Yeah, see these kids? They're your kids. I'm holding them ransom. Give me my money."
Give me that. Give me trash because I'm a
Mortgage
raccoon.
broker.
That's
No,
what I
no,
want.
he's deadly. Anyway,
I
that's a
like-
cool looking Switch.
Look
I
how
was
good
going
those
to say,
colours
I
are.
love the colours.
Do you know what's really cool though? What's even better? My mum, I was talking to her the other day, and she goes, "Oh, I'm thinking about getting a Switch." Oh, really? And then this was announced today. Oh, really? Guess which one she's getting, so I can get another box for the collection. And those Joy-Cons are cool as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're really
Aqua
cool. We're gonna make a
and
mum
what's
joke.
that one? Teal and Aqua. They're
Teal
some
and aqua.
good colours,
They look
man.
really nice.
But look at that on the left-hand side. I don't know if that's lighting or if it is naturally sort
think
of
it's
fading
lighting.
out. It's lighting?
I think
Yeah,
it's
because the other
lighting
one
of
doesn't
this
have
thing.
that.
Either way,
look at
it's
the
a
edge.
gorgeous looking Switch.
It is relaxing, like Mike
Yeah.
Tan says. I can just look at that and just go,
It's a chill out game.
and it's not even the game, it's just the console.
Just the console. So it obviously comes with the game as
You'd
well, I
hope
think.
so. It'll be preloaded on there, I bet you.
I hope so. But Nintendo likes money. You know who else likes money? Sony. That's why they're bringing out the PlayStation 5. And we've got some rumours about the PlayStation 5. These segues are getting worse and worse. Recent
They are.
report from this year's Game Developers Conference seems to indicate that more developers are working on or plan to work on PlayStation 5 titles rather than Xbox Series X titles. Now, there is some maths here to back it up. Out of 4,000 responses, 11% of those that responded indicated that their current project is for the PlayStation 5, while only 9% indicated for the Xbox.
It's pretty close.
23% of the respondents indicated that their next project would be on the PlayStation 5, while only 17% of respondents indicated for the Xbox.
Does that mean exclusives or
Just their next project.
timed or?
So, well, I'm guessing that exclusive would be in there because you don't get a disparity like that. You know,
Or do they mean PS5, not PS4, not for both?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I didn't
Something
do my
like that. But that
research.
sounds cool.
I saw numbers.
Go
It
Sony.
Look good. In the comments, we've got no game on there. Comes out the week before release. So no, there is no game on Animal Crossing. Thank you, Michael Towns, who's doing a fantastic job in the comments, moderating. Modding. You're a mod. Michael the Mod Town. Say hello to him, everyone. He's nice.
He's got a spanner on there, like he can fix stuff. You didn't fix the bloody stream before, mate. You turkeyed it.
The PlayStation 5 will also be able to run multiple applications at once. In other words, you can save your current state in multiple games. This is a patent, so it suggests that if you were to load up a new game separately from the one that you're playing, it's likely that a smaller screen would pop up in the corner.
Pick
So
and
it's
pick.
Windows.
Yeah.
It's Windows.
Well, it's iOS,
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah.
You-
So does that mean you
swap
could
up.
you could be playing like a game and then
Minimise
fold
it.
over to the next
and
game,
it's
and it
just
will still be running
running
in the
continuous.
background.
Yeah.
It seems like a waste of power, but
Hey, there's one thing PlayStation do very well and not drain battery power for no reason at all. Hello, DualShock
I would
4.
prefer them to make games that utilize all that power rather than saving some power for the game that's in your background. I don't mind stopping a game and starting a new game.
Yeah.
I don't need a game running in the background and go, oh man.
Well, the big thing's load times, and I think that's what they're trying to trick you into thinking, is that you can have all these games open all the time and your load times are...
You can just play another game while the other game's loading.
They've already told us though, that the load times are amazeballs.
Well, yeah, they've shown it in like videos, but that's what the focus of this gen is.
They have.
Sounds like a good deal to me. But you know what else sounds like a good deal? Splatoon! That's right, we're talking about Splatoon and all the Splatoon news. Welcome to Hack the Splatoon. I'm Splatoon Ben, and we're here to talk about paint and squids and all that kind of stuff. Floppy, tell us about squids.
Didn't you like my...
It was so epic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was an epically long intro. Like,
Yeah.
I loved it. It's
Not
awesome.
as long. It's not as long as the Kojima Watch one.
No, it's not.
But that's fitting.
It is fitting. You know what else is fitting?
Deals?
Good deals.
Deals!
Good deals. And we have good deals for you. If you're on PlayStation at the moment, you can jump on for $7.55, pick up Titanfall 2.
Good game. Good game.
Titanfall 2 is Titanfall 2 is a great game, especially the single player campaign. I'm not much of a multiplayer guide, but that is awesome as well. But this campaign is phenomenal. I don't know if anyone has played Titanfall.
Yeah, I played it the whole way through. Titanfall 2.
Yeah.
Titanfall 2's got the one where you build the suburbs. It's building a suburb and you're like running through it as the machines are making a suburb. It's amazing.
Oh, there's that. There's this a time loop one where you're falling through cylinders and you have to flick from past to present as to get past certain things that are in there. It's
Yeah.
amazing. Next deal for $17.95, which is a good price. I wouldn't say it's a great price, but we have Resident Evil 7. So for those horror survival guys, that's not Resident Evil 7, but
No, it's alright, we only play one footage all the way through it.
done. So for horror survival people, if you haven't jumped on that, that's a good price to get in there, especially if you do like the Resident Evil
I just want to bring
series.
this up again. Resident Evil 7 is fully VR compatible.
Yeah, don't do it. It's terrifying. It's
Yeah.
terrifying.
You get to see in real time your own hand get cut off.
Do we have a
chainsaw?
quick time for a quick little story about Resident Evil 7 in
Yeah.
VR?
Yeah, man.
Okay, so I was playing this in VR in my lounge room at night time because I have young children and I don't want them to see that stuff. And
No, nighttime, because he was making his kids watch it before they went to bed.
I'm not that bad. So everyone else was in bed. I was in the lounge room, lights out, VR on, playing Resident Evil. It's terrifying. My daughter woke up in the middle of the night and saw Dad in the lounge room. Now, I couldn't hear her because I had my headphones on. So she reached out and grabbed my leg.
Jesus. Oh my god.
As soon as you said my daughter walked out, I knew exactly where this was going.
And I nearly died. And so that was what? 20...
I would have vomited on her. I would have
So I
You know
stopped
what?
that. I have not played that game since. I've never finished it. I can't do it.
I can't do it either.
Oh my
I've
God.
tried to play that
It's
game.
so terrifying.
It's so good, but yeah, I can't do it. It gets too rough, eh? Like
Yeah.
Oh, man.
too much rub and tickle.
So,
Just to keep on theme with horrifyingly scary and terrifying and
I will
children.
just say Resident Evil 8, which is rumoured to be in development at the moment, exactly the same first
Yeah,
person.
oh, I know. I'm not going to do it. But for $10.45, you know what you could do? Heavy Rain.
Nah.
Now, we did
that was
speak about
free
Heavy
on
Rain.
PlayStation Plus.
It was a
couple
while
months back.
ago. But if you don't have PlayStation Plus and you just want to buy it for $10 or $10.45, Heavy Rain. Now, Heavy Rain is one of those story-intensive, slower-moving, does have things like quick time events and motion controls. Not Dan's kind of cup of tea.
Sounds like a
But I
rubbish.
thoroughly enjoy it. I really get sucked into those story guys. And yeah, very
I
cool.
still haven't played that one. I got it for free on the
There was
PlayStation. That and
Beyond
Detroit.
Two Souls
Yeah.
and Detroit Become Human.
I would like to play them all because my understanding is the director, the game dev, wanted it to be more a movie, a linear tale.
Yeah, it's an
It's
interactive
basically
movie.
A movie that you end up like making choices in it that change how it overall turns out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
you-
That-
I'll do
that-
that.
It's,
Cyborg
it's a
one?
choose your own
Yeah.
adventure
I played
interactive
that.
film.
I played it for probably about 3 or 4 hours. Then
There's some
just had no
disturb-
urge to play it ever again.
Yeah, there's some disturbing stuff in Heavy Rain though. So if you have got like,
Yeah.
if you don't like scary stuff or disturbing parts, don't play that one. But it's good. It's great value. On to Xbox now. Obviously there is Xbox Game Pass. It's going to be the best value thing that there is.
Yep.
I think your first month is $1. After that, it's about $15. And
No, it's $5.
Is it $5?
$5?
Oh, okay.
Australian.
I got that wrong then. $5.
I know.
So
What, for
that
the
is
first
super
month?
cheap.
The first month is $1.
Is it $1?
And then every month after that, it's $5 a month.
Yeah. And you get like, what, 100 and something games?
Oh, dude, like 200 games.
Yeah.
And every couple of weeks, they put a couple more in there.
I just spent $15 in an hour-long Pixel Fest.
You could have spent $1 and got Dead Cells.
You know what you can get on Games Pass, though, is the game that Dan reviewed. Plague Tale Innocence.
Plague Tale Innocence, that's up there.
What do you reckon, Dan? Is that worth $1?
I know you have to divide it by all the other games.
Oh, sorry.
Is it worth a cent?
0.5 of a cent. It is.
Also, there is Indivisible and Sea Salt. Now, I'm not familiar with these, Dan. Do you?
Oh man, if I had read that, I just would have said Invisible. I didn't see how to D in there.
Didn't you write
Truth
that?
be told, I wrote it probably as a mistake.
Oh,
So it could be Invisible.
Indivisible.
Either Indivisible or Invisible, whichever one pops up in the little menu first.
And
What
I
does
just saw that.
Brayden, can you look up what
It means
indivisible
you can't
means?
divide
I
it.
can do.
You can't divide something.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
You can. It's
Indivisible.
divisible by 2,
Like
or
you
it's
can't
indivisible.
take it apart. Oh,
Never.
the game's actually very it's very like anime cheap, like it's like cutesy anime style, but like they've got cleavage. It's real weird.
Wait, we're not
Okay.
trying to. And
What?
Sea Salt. And Sea Salt just came up when we were.
service.
Sea Salt just came up as free when I saw when we were just setting up the stream.
No, resetting up the stream after the great rain apocalypse.
Yeah.
After,
But if you want to move on
after
to
Aquaman crapped himself.
you want to move on to Switch, there's a couple of deals. Once again, though, although because it's Switch, it's a newer console, they're not super on the cheap side, not like the PlayStation or things like that.
The Nintendo tax comes into play a lot.
Yeah, but they have some unique titles that you can't get anywhere else, so it becomes worth it. I'm going to butcher this name, but Onimusha Warlords?
Yeah, Onimusha.
Onimusha Warlords for $17.97.
Gotta say, this looks whack.
Yeah, I thought this would be your type of game.
It looks
It's
very
not,
good.
it just looks bad.
It kind of looks like, it reminds me of Tenchu.
It's a PlayStation 3 game.
It looks like a PlayStation 2
I was
game.
gonna say,
Yeah, it looks like a PS3
PS3.
game.
Maybe not.
I
Brayden,
hope not.
Have a look.
Oh god. Okay, let's have a look.
What else we got on there?
Something that I reckon Ben should play because I think he'll get a real kick out of it. Now, it's not cheap.
No, it's not. Well,
It's
cheaper
almost
than-
it's cheaper than say buying it full price physically on PlayStation or Xbox like that. But Nino Kuni for $59.95.
Didn't I give this to you?
No. You gave me Persona 5, which I still have to give.
Is
back
that
to
where
you.
that is?
Yeah, it's at my house.
I've lost my copy of that. Catherine Nino Minuni.
So I have a feeling that this might be the wrong video game that you've got footage for
That's
here.
not Nino Kuni.
Because Onimusha Warlords was released on PS4. Oh no, it was originally released on the PS2.
There you go.
Right,
There we go.
There you
But
go.
it came up with a photo of a PS4. I'm like, this is a PS4.
Well, what do you know, Brayden?
Oh, man.
So Nino Kuni, I've heard from many people I should play it. I watched the movie that came out on Netflix last week.
There's
good?
a movie?
Yeah. It has nothing to do with any of the Nino Kuni storylines.
So there's, you got 2 games though. So you got Nino Kuni that come out.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with either of them.
No.
And yeah, it's not very good. cool storyline. I guess the twist like that. Yeah. Nah.
What you guess the twist in a toddler's TV show? Well
anime.
done.
It's like Rugrats.
It's like a giant Pokemon RPG, so...
Yeah, you like it. I made you get it.
I haven't played it.
Nino Kuni, man.
All right, last deal of the day. Bubsy, Paws of Fire. It's $15 and it's shit.
Yep.
Bubsy was the most disappointing game ever. They marketed that
Came out
so
when
hard.
I was, I reckon, year 7. Like, when I was 12 years old. And it was hyped so hard as, like, the next edgy Sonic beater. And I thought, oh, something's going to beat Sonic. Yes, please.
And it didn't even work.
It was
the game
trash.
was so fast
Yep.
that you couldn't play it.
Yep.
And then they were trying to be edgy and Sonic. His sprite was too big.
Do you know what, though?
Everything about it. And yeah, I was sick and on drugs and it made me freak out.
Makes me want to play it because I like playing shit stuff. Like I like watching shit movies.
Well,
No,
for
this is
$15, you can get Bubsy, Paws of Fire.
That
as
sounds
opposed to-
great.
That's not
Sounds
even
great.
That's not the original.
No, it's the sequel.
That's it's not the remake? They did a new one,
They did a new one, and then they've done another new one.
Oh, jeez.
For whatever reason. I'm assuming it's just the same game because no one played it.
Move on.
Alright, let's thank the Patreons then.
All right.
No, let's not. Let's do Kojima Watch.
Alright, can you make up your mind? Because I have to jump buttons.
Fine, Dan versus the... No, Kojima Watch.
I'm still in a dream, snake eater.
What a man. What an absolute man.
Mighty good man.
Just brilliant. How much do you love Kojima?
I quite a lot.
He's
Wearing one of his
so good.
t-shirts.
Yeah. Kojima has stated that he wishes to make smaller games, manga, anime, as well as AAA games. Now, I've got on the screen here some of the cutscenes for Zone of Enders.
Oh, so
and
good.
that's that's because Kojima said that him and who's the artist for Metal Gear? I keep forgetting his name.
Is his name
Brian
on the
Wood?
T-shirt?
Yeah, sure.
No.
No. So they want to do manga and anime, but mech-based anime. Can you imagine a Kojima mech-based anime? That'd be off the charts.
What,
bonkers.
you mean like Metal Gear?
I think more like Zone of Enders is what they're saying.
So did you know that if you got the PS4 version of Zone of Enders, it's VR compatible?
Really?
Yes. I don't know how much,
Wow. No, I
Can
did
you
not
be
know
in
that.
the
but it's because it's
machine?
not something. Because I'm so scared of VR now, because of my daughter, that I haven't tried it yet.
Right. Kojima is quoted in saying the article where he said this. Yes, Braden?
The artist is Shinkawa.
Yes, that's him. Yeah. So they want to do some more stuff. But Kojima has said, in the future, Kojima Productions will start making films. If you can do one thing well, then you can do everything well.
Confident.
That's the best analogy ever.
Well done.
Kojima, brilliant. What a brilliant man.
I want to get on the topic of the show.
All right.
We're running real long.
Okay, thank the Patreons.
Thank you, Patreons.
Thank you, Patreons. We love you guys. These are the top tiering Patreons. So thank you, Floppy.
Thanks, Floppy.
Henry
guys.
Gupta, Todd Randall, Tommaso, Mike Towns, who is now our moderator, Karen Ash, and Dylan Stevens, who's also in the chat. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you so much. We love you all. Mwah. Have an awesome time loving our stuff.
Yeah. Tots.
I love that opening.
Okay, very, very simply, it's video game show and tell. I put the message out in our Discord, over on our Instagram, and over on our Facebook for anyone to send in some photos of their most precious piece of memorabilia
Stuff.
in their video game or gaming collection. We've got a whole heap of answers, so I haven't been able to include everyone. I am sorry. We've just had to pick a few because we've got things we want to share, and let's face it, we're more important. No, we're not. I'm very sorry. Please stay and don't unsubscribe. Anyway, let's go to the fans' pieces that they shared with us first. Coming up from our Discord, which you can join over at bit.ly/hackthedino. Nice and short now. bit.ly/hackthedino. Braden will write it in the chat for you if you guys want to join in. Epolion has this piece of his collection for us. We can see there it's Paper Mario and the 1,000-Year Door for the GameCube.
Ooh.
Lovely.
Is that a rarity?
It is. Epolion says, this game and the first one are the games that got me into RPGs. Without this game, I would not have played games like Final Fantasy, Chrono Trigger, and Earthbound.
I've never played Earthbound, but I reckon I should. Oh,
Well, it's
man,
on your NES Mini.
I've still got those scoring from last week rating on there.
That's alright. That's fine.
That's alright. We can just.
It's not like it's the
them.
only thing that's gone wrong tonight.
That's right. If things are going to make an issue,
Do it all in one go.
Alright. Dan, you've got one from our Instagram.
So I got Jordan_SCI or Sky.
Sci-fi, maybe?
Sci-fi. Over on Instagram.
Oh.
You can see here he has got his. Is it a Vectrex? No.
Yeah, it's a Vectrex.
He's Vectrex. He
I
loves-
think this is the wrong photo, though.
I miss my Vectrex.
Yeah, so this one is actually from D1 DLC and Jordo, so that's the wrong one. Do we have the green Nintendo 64?
Oh, which one are we on here?
Jordan Sai. Jordan
Yes, one
Sai.
sec.
They-
Here we go, there is the wrong one.
Oh,
Oh, sorry. That was my fault.
what a comedy of errors.
Here we go.
There we are. So
Oh.
Jordan
Jordan.
Sai. Sorry
Lovely.
about that, Jordan. Anyway,
Sorry, guys. So we have a green Nintendo 64.
Jungle
which,
green.
Is that good?
it's a very rare one.
Oh.
Funny thing about this one as well is that it came with a banana cover to go over your Nintendo 64 controller.
That's stupid.
Those things now go for about $80 to $120
Just
for
for-
just,
Yeah, right.
just this cover that goes
And
on this controller.
Can you still use it?
Yeah, it's just like a plastic skin that you pull over like a
Shaped
condom.
like a
So
banana.
Jordan wrote, always wanted the N64, especially the green one. Got it this past Christmas. Not rare, but just cool for me. But it is pretty rare.
It is pretty rare. Jordan, I believe, is in the United States, which is why his Zelda game is not
Not
gold.
gold?
It's
Ah,
see?
we got one.
Yeah, we got one in the front there, the gold one there. That's Australia just got the gold ones.
How did we get just that?
NTSC got silver ones and then got the gold ones.
What
as a
about on the
special
NES?
edition.
Were they gold in the?
Yes, yeah, everyone apart from in the Asia countries, they were not. But yeah,
They were jade.
but the Jungle Green is a somewhat rare console.
I really like that he got it just this Christmas, so it's not something he's held on for a kid. Someone bought that for him. That's awesome.
Yeah, isn't that lovely?
What a lovely present.
Floppy, what have you got?
I have one here from Discord, and it is, I love this guy's name, Das Veilbeard, I think. I think that's how you pronounce it properly.
Yep.
And it is his Mother 3 handbook. Now, he says it's not really worth anything. That's not true. It's worth what it is worth to you. But the Mother series is very near and dear to his heart. So he cherishes his Mother 3 handbook, and it's just a really done book overall, and he loves the simplicity of it. I really appreciate that, because not everything has to be worth money to someone else to be worth to you.
That is true.
And I like things that tell a story.
Yes.
The reason I collect things is because they have a story behind them, whether it's relevant to me or, I think Dan said it before on the show when we've talked about collecting, that collecting is a need. Like, you need to have it in order to complete something in your life. And I think this next article perfectly exemplifies that. It is from Kind of Retro over on Instagram. That's Hack the Dino over on Instagram. And it is Jordo with his Vectrex.
Hey.
Now, you may recognise Jordo from the podcast D1 DLC. You should go give them a follow as well. They're really cool guys. Fellow gamers, very involved in the indie scene. But Jordo sent me this picture, I think just to make me jealous more than anything. And he says, I found it in a little town, back of an op shop, under some clothes.
Wow.
For $10.
Oh my god.
Next day, my sister went back and found me 3 games, all complete, for a total of $1. Now, these systems are worth about $250 to $400 loose like that. The games, because the games also came with a cellophane sheet that you slide in front in order to play the game, so it's in colour. And complete those games by themselves are worth about $50 each.
Wow.
So it's an amazing find.
That's a pickup.
Yeah.
Pickup of the
$10
week.
$10 underneath some clothes in a little out of town. Yes, Braden.
I was going to say out of town in SA or Victoria.
I'm not sure.
Because that may even be my grandpa's who went and gave it to some op shop.
It wouldn't be, because I didn't have the box.
That's true,
Braden.
yeah.
You know, that box that he gave away. Yeah. Tell
of
that
money.
story.
I do know that, speaking of op shops, Jaskat Skix, I can never say his name properly in the chat.
Yep.
He has a little pipeline to op shops,
Oh, really?
and he finds some really cool stuff.
Well, maybe we
Ooh.
should...
He should send some photos in later.
We should have a chat.
Next up.
Message
Dan,
Hack the
mate,
Dino
talking
on
to you.
Instagram or Facebook.
Yep.
Next up, we have Mark.Hughes over on the old Instagram, and he's popped up
guy.
there. Fear Effect 2. Look at her.
Yeah.
Hashtag cancel dang ladies.
If I had to describe one thing about her, it would be disproportionate.
What exactly is she doing?
I don't know. I think she's
Is that
having
her
a
neck?
hard time with her neck.
firing
Is she
a gun.
is she rock sliding like on the ground, or
Well,
she's?
she's 2D. She's firing a 3D rendered gun.
I like
And
it.
her neck is so stiff and erect that she needs to button up her shirt.
So he's written, my Star Wars games are my pride and joy, but next on my grail list is Fear Effect 2 Retro Helix. What a bloody huge name.
Cool name. That is a cool name.
It was a hell of a game to track down, but so worth it. In my opinion, a classic. Or a future classic.
Or a classic with a K.
Classic with a K.
like 2Ks. But
More-
hey. So over on Discord again, we have Ashraf and a fellow fan. So Metal Gear Solid made such a profound impact on his life. He's played all the main series of the games and some of the spin-offs. And this figure is older than himself and Braden. And that is an awesome figure.
For those in the podcast, it is an OG Metal Gear Solid action figure.
Look at that hair.
No, Snake all clean shaven?
Yep,
Which
I was
he never
talking.
is.
I was talking to Ashraf in the Discord as well about this, and he found it at that toy fair that we're at.
Oh,
He
really?
said it was just in a bucket or something.
Is that the famous rifle that he has in his and the little suit?
Yeah, it's the FAMAS.
Yeah.
I was going to say, Ben, you missed out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
I
is
know.
great.
I know. I needed to go diving more.
I love Metal Gear Solid.
Really? Well, that segues nicely into our next part of this segment of Tots is bits of our collection that
stuff.
we want to share. So we've each got 2 items each. I thought we'd start Floppy off with his first item.
So mine, I'm actually wearing part of mine.
Stand up. We can't see it behind the PlayStation. Look at that.
So this is my Metal Gear Solid T-shirt that I've. It's about 20 years old now because it came with. And if I'd thought about this before, I would have brought it closer.
Probably just walked off to get his items.
Saved them when it started flooding.
Yeah, that's when the studio started flooding.
So I have my PlayStation 1 limited edition Metal Gear Solid. Oh, there's lights.
Oh, it's
Or limited edition.
I do have some
What's it called?
pictures of
Precision
this.
Edition?
Oh, there we go,
Premium
look at this.
package. The premium package. It's a little bit dinged up.
Yep. That's
I didn't
still
buy this
beautiful.
new. I did find this secondhand, which was amazing because
How
the
much?
place. To be honest, I can't remember. It wasn't much.
$5.
No, it was like 20.
No, still, that's,
It was like $20. 100% complete. It was.
it was.
It was. I'll get to that. It is also one of my. It is my favorite video game of all time. So
Yeah.
I would love to find this. It comes with a T-shirt that you have here. It comes with a poster. I
I
won't
can't
get
believe
it
you're
out.
wearing that.
I wear it
There's
all
a-
the time. And yeah,
Look at that picture.
You know that? That's right before he handed it to me.
There's one in Super Potato in Akihabara in Japan that's signed by Kojima.
Just like crisp mint as
Crisp mint, all wrapped up. It's up high. I actually went in there and saw it and just turned and went, "Sumimasen," and just held up my phone. And they went, "Okay." And I took a photo of it.
No one
There's
knows
another
what's in
picture I've got,
between.
Brandon, of what's
Excuse me.
inside of
Okay.
it.
Yo, what's that? Here we go.
Yeah, so inside you get the T-shirt like I'm wearing now. Now I think there was a couple of different editions, and there was one that had a white T-shirt in it as well.
Yeah.
But this one has you have the game.
that the right
itself.
one?
That's the one with the white T-shirt.
Oh, yeah.
So that's got a slightly different contents in there. That's got an art book, whereas this one doesn't have an art book. This one has the T-shirt, has a big.
Yeah, there was a lot of them, and I was just like, I just got to pick one.
Do you know how much those art books go for now, by the way?
$50.
Stupid amounts.
Spleens.
Like $100, 120.
As
This
much
one has
as
the
it's going to
original
cost to
soundtrack.
fix my house after that flood.
Yeah. So we have the original soundtrack, the T-shirt, some dog tags, which I haven't actually ever opened. Double-sided film poster that has Cyborg Ninja. It's really cool. With a, it's signed by Kojima because it's all printed with his signature. But yeah, memory card stickers for your old PS1 memory cards, and a postcard set. Now, sadly, at some point over the last 10 years,
You sent it.
no, I lent.
You really needed to send a letter to
I
someone.
lent my copy of the game to someone.
Dear Santa.
I don't remember who I lent it to, and I've never got it back.
They might be
And-
watching. Ask for it
Oh,
back.
yeah, if you're watching, please, I'd like it back. Because inside that case of that game, it was the memory card stickers to complete that set. Yeah,
You turkeyed it, mate.
I did. I turkeyed it.
Big old turkey.
I'm just a nice guy who lends things to people and then I forget.
I
know
learned
that.
years ago to
No.
stop that. I was like the dude who lent everything out
I
when I
know.
was younger, and now I'm like the guy who lends nothing out.
Amateurs, I never lend anything out
I have a
ever to anyone.
I have a lending list on my phone now. So.
All right, Dan. What's your first item?
So my first item, I didn't get the memo of what we were talking about, so none of
By
mine.
memo, he means run sheet that I painstakingly write, and it's been up for 2 weeks
That
now.
we all have access
No,
to
it's
at the
just I
same
didn't read it
time.
properly. So I actually got my items aren't video game related.
Which is weird because that's
Mine
the
are just
whole
rare.
content of our show.
One of them is board game related. So my first one is the Mark Ryden YHWH statue. Now I've got it was originally based on a Mark Ryden painting. Can we bring the painting up? So there's the painting. Mark Ryden is an oil painter that I followed for many years. He's one of those new kind of high fructosy artists. You see him like Outshore in Melbourne and stuff like that. So they did a run of that thing. So that's the I don't know what it stands for. YHW thing. So they did a toy of it, and it came in a box. Let me show the box, Braden. A beautiful gold embossed box.
That's a good box.
With some meat on
Yeah,
it?
he was obsessed with painting meat. Anyway,
Okay.
so I now own.
I am not surprised that you own this.
Look at this thing. This thing is.
How would you describe it
look
to
at
the
the
podcast
Look at the
listeners?
eyes, Ben.
It looks like
Look
a-
at the eyes.
I don't want to look into the pink thing's eye.
Can I just say
It
to the
worked out
podcast
poorly
listeners,
last time for me.
podcast guys, it looks like a giant dildo with lamb ears and eyes.
Just in the comments, we've had someone ask what kind of Pokemon it is.
Who's that? Pokemon!
It's Shaftmander.
It's Rodney.
Rodney.
So zoom in again to them.
Dildo.
Right, can we see his eyes? Like how they're
Dildo.
gross. Right. Anyhow, so this one came out. I got it because I was just into it.
Vibrasium, go!
I get out of here, you chaps. I didn't realise how much
Can't wait
this
to see
thing
it
was
evolve.
worth. I got it quite cheap back in the day. And I looked it up recently, it's worth quite a bit of money. And they did a whole
Nice.
bunch of reprints. But you can see them here, Brandon. These are the reprints they did. Is it really that funny? Teal
little
gold.
Oh no, giant wonky thing with eyes looking at you. It kind of looks like
But
a penis with wings.
they never redid the original color one that was based on the painting. They only ever did these other ones. And that's my first thing.
So how rare is it though? Like, is it quite rare?
I don't know. I didn't look it up.
How did you find it?
Oh, okay, one sec.
Oh, well,
let me
I was
try.
following Mark Ryden, the artist, and he was talking about it when they were creating
okay.
it.
That's cool.
It went through creation hell. You know, that thing where they were always saying they're going to do it, and then it got pulled back, and then I just picked it up on the day when
Like
I
Bill
wa-
and Ted 3?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. You ready?
Oh, so that's the end of mine, is it?
Okay, Dan, I just found that on eBay in America.
Is it really cheap?
17-inch pink limited edition vinyl figure thing. It's USD $495.
So it's about what? $700?
Yup.
Oh, is that
Holy
in box or
smoke.
on its own?
I'm having a look now. That's bonkers.
Did it? The box is somewhere around as well, and it's
Yeah,
still
I was
got
gonna
the,
say-
it's still got the original. It came with like weird kind of brown paper shredded in there. So when you open it, it was like it was just in there.
I'm pretty sure I used that box to keep the rain out of the...
Oh damn it! I use this to get the leaves out of the gutter.
Okay, so
Shaftmander, the pleasure Pokemon.
oh, so you laugh when he says my joke.
Don't listen.
All right, my turn. Back to me.
Yeah.
James' turn.
Oh my
I
God.
bought Nintendo stuff.
Oh,
What a surprise. So this here, this bad boy.
wow.
So it may look like just an ordinary Famicom, but if we can get a close-up, see those buttons? Whoops, that's
Are
the
they
other side.
square?
I've actually got a video if you want to cut to it. Of
So
someone.
they're square buttons. This is because this is the first edition run of the Famicom that was released only in Japan. This is the Japan version of the NES. So the square buttons came out in the first run. There was only about 1 to 5,000 made of them.
Wow.
And they were a design flaw. So because they were soft, they kept getting stuck in the actual controller.
Oh, they rubber. Rubber soft.
Whenever you pressed it. On the back as well, as you can see on the footage, it's very
Shiny?
Whereas the Famicom's usually a bit of a graded matte color to stop it from sliding as much.
Wow, this video is working really well.
Yeah, so I got that at a very, very good price. And very happy. It was one of my grail items that I'm very happy that I have because I like collecting Nintendo and Nintendo history.
Did you get that when you were in Japan, or did you mail order it?
No,
Did you order it from one of in those old magazines at the back where you can just mail order stuff?
Can I ask though,
Yeah.
why did we get such a cool-looking NES in the Famicom? Like, I mean, it's amazing, but it looks a bit shit.
We got it because ours looks like, well, you can, oh, it's not
Yeah,
front, it's over there.
that's a SNES. But
The
Same thing.
NES, Japan, Dan, I'm going to hurt you so hard. The NES was developed, or designed to look like that, so it looked like a VHS player. Because the feeling was that more people in America would want something in their entertainment unit that looked like a VHS.
Huh.
Did
Okay,
you see,
so the-
and the thing we didn't mention is like those have like microphones.
Microphones in Player 2.
one of the Player 2.
Yep.
And what's his name? The Japanese actor who hates video games had to like he got asked to make a video game and he made this horrible game on purpose and you had to sing into it and get the exact right notes or you just couldn't get on with the game. Like
Yep.
he just made this
I
like
can do
troll
that.
game back in the NES days.
Oh, God.
Okay, Floppy.
So my second item, it's not really rare. It's not really old,
They're rare to you.
but
Yeah.
I love it.
Except mine is rare for some weird reason.
So I'm a big fan of the Wolfenstein series. I've played them since the first one back on PC. Played all of them. Some of them better than others.
386.
286, I think. But I have my BJ Blazkowicz action figure.
Blaskovich.
Good old Terra Billy. Now, I'm pretty sure I got the one that doesn't have a door on it, so I can't open it. So he is, I think he's 1/6 scale. I'm going to
Yes,
open it.
correct.
1/6 scale.
Beat Takashi.
Articulated, really well detailed. If I
You're gonna get it out.
yeah, man.
Oh.
You don't have to. I've got
We are
footage
running
of it.
long.
you got
already.
footage?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
I've
that's
got that.
But look at this.
Alright, zoom into that.
Look, zoom into that. So you've got.
Oh,
he's got a
He's a
full
Force
out.
Ghost.
So he's got. Oh god! The details on his face are awesome. He actually looks really angry, and you've got a second little jacket that you can put on
I
him,
like
a little
the
bomber jacket.
Does he make
They're
you feel
great.
like a Nazi every time you look at him? Like he's about to like
Yeah,
rip your
like
face?
I feel judged.
Oh,
Are you
dear,
dropping
what
my
was
stuff
that?
now?
Nothing.
Oh god, it's all going everywhere. He's really cool. I like the size. I like the weight. I like that you can actually take him.
I like
Jack it
these.
off, put another one in
I've
there.
always
He's
had
really
this,
cool.
I've always had this weird hate of toys that wear real clothes.
Okay.
Like it's
That's weird.
It's
You're
weird. It's weird. Look at them. Someone had to make little
Someone
pants
didn't
for
have
him.
Barbies when he was younger.
Does he have jocks on?
No.
What do you mean?
He's BJ
Has he
Terribillion.
killed Nazis freeballing?
Have you not played the Wolfenstein games? If he's not killing Nazis, he's fornicating.
It's true. Doesn't he wear though usually like a cyborg thing? 88, second
88?
second edition.
Second edition.
Okay, so we're back.
Hey guys, we're back.
And we're back straight after mine cut out.
It's alright, it was a board game.
All right,
It's football. You're
here we go. Here is my Grail item that I am so freaking pleased with. So, this was released in 1977. It is the TV game 6. Now, this was the first console that Nintendo ever released, ever. There's not even a Nintendo badge on there. It's the hardest to come by, as only a few hundred were produced, because this is the white version. It's just Pong. Yeah, so it was made in conjunction with Mitsubishi, and this one here, it doesn't have a power. You have to run it off batteries.
Huh.
And there was only,
Also, Dan, your Blood Bowl is worth £50.
It's like
okay,
$80.
that was well worth interrupting me. Thanks. So this very limited edition, only 100 or so made in the world, which were only given to the people. You guys are just throwing me off. Anyway, Mitsubishi owners factory workers got this. It's very rare. I'm very happy to have it.
you say
It's my Nintendo Grail item. And
Is this from
it's
it?
Best. No, it's not.
you say
Okay.
Mitsubishi
Is
factory
there a
workers
picture
got
of it, Braden, of what it actually looks like out of the box I've got?
There's a controller.
Just take it out of the box, I do.
There's a picture of a controller.
Do you want me to take it out of the box for you?
Yeah, put
Don't
that-
breathe.
Oh, he's getting it out.
Oh my god, I'm not going to touch this. I drop stuff.
Zoom in.
It's the manual.
Manual. In baggy.
Oh,
Oh, it looks quite
Oh my
nice.
God, I can't
Christ, I'm
believe- wow.
scared. I'm sure. No, that's not the
I can't
controller,
believe you're
Braden.
doing
That's
this. What
it.
if the roof leaks?
That's it. Oh, it is it. I
There
thought
we go.
I thought it was just a
is that-
controller.
No,
in the
that's
photo.
it.
So is that like an
'Cause there's
RF
that.
antenna?
Yeah, that's it there.
Yes, the RF there. You use the paddles. It's Pong, and it's battery only.
No, you,
So,
didn't have to take it out of the box.
that's
after all.
really good.
That's amazing, actually.
It's as I said, it's the rarest one to come by. I was extremely happy to get it. One of my Grail items. I just need a TV game 15 now.
So did you say that Mitsubishi employees got this?
Yeah, so the white ones were given to Mitsubishi employees.
So it's
who-
Is
never
that a white
sold.
one? Or is that just an
no, I
off-white
think
one?
they were sell. It's just an off-white one because it's old.
Yep.
Yeah, so that was it. Anyway, I've unwrapped that and I'm trying frantically to get it back.
He wishes so
Panic
much that
mode.
he didn't do it
Panic
now.
mode.
So
fuck.
bad. That's alright, I'll do it.
No, I can go down there. I'll fix it later. It's time for Dan versus the world.
Versus the world.
Oh, not so
Got
soon
it
again,
just
were
in
ya?
time.
Anyway, it's time for Dan versus the world. But before we do, I have got an apology to make.
Oh.
Last show, I
Did you get hit up?
got hit up. I got corrected online, and
no.
they were right. I didn't think anyone would know because, you know.
Does that mean I get a point? What happened?
Basically, the game I thought was the Marvel vs. Capcom 2 title screen was actually Street Fighter vs. X-Men.
Oh.
So I got it wrong.
So
I want a point.
no, I'm
you
taking
get
the
a
world
point.
back to 4.
Yeah,
We
there
get
we
a
go.
point. We lose a point.
No, it's null and
I
void
get a point.
because I'm incompetent.
Hey Ben, you know what you were?
What? So Dan gets a point. Okay, so here we go. I've got 3 songs from video game history. I'll play the first 5 seconds of the first song, and Dan, representing Dan, will have a chance to guess or ask a question. It'll then go over to Floppy and Braden, who will also ask a question. They'll go back and forth for 5 tries, and then have an opportunity to guess where that song came from. In the chat, please do not give away if you know the answer. Okay, we ready, guys?
Ready.
Here's the first song.
Whoa,
Dan.
was that it? Is that part of the song?
Yep.
What genre of game is that?
It is a side-scrolling platform thingy.
It's a platformer.
Yeah.
Nice. It sounds like it's on a pretty modern console.
Floppy?
I got a question, Braden.
Go for it. Go for it.
Have we talked about it this show?
No.
Oh, okay.
Dan, question number 2.
Have we talked about the console that it's on in this show?
Yes, we have. Floppy, Braden, World.
I have a question.
Yep.
Go for it.
Was it on the Vectrex?
No.
Oh, okay. Sound familiar.
Dan, question number 3.
Was it Pong?
No.
Fudge.
Side-scrolling.
Correct.
I thought it was on that game stick. She said only Pong's on it.
No, it's Battletoads.
Battletoads.
Yeah, on the NES.
Nah,
So
didn't get
that point goes to the world.
Now that I think about it, Pong doesn't have music.
No, he goes.
Pong's also not a side-scrolling plot.
Oh dear.
Pong, my favorite side-scrolling.
My favourite side-scrolling beat 'em up.
Okay, here we go. Song number 2.
Is that off?
Hello, hello, eh. Oh no, yes, hello, hello. Hello, hello, eh.
Hey! Sorry.
If you're old and you know it, clap your hands. Dan, question number 1.
What oh, that'll get... Because I know what it is. I'm trying to naddle it down to what one it's on.
Naddle it.
Well, it could be on multiple consoles. You never know.
Yeah, well, it is on multiple consoles. I'm trying to naddle it down.
Naddle-
That's not even a
sorry,
word,
my
is
bad.
it?
Oops.
Ooh.
That was me, sorry.
Do
Do you know what this is already?
What does
I can't read. I haven't got my glasses on.
do you guys know what it is?
No, I break.
Really?
I mean, I know what the
clue.
song is,
Oh,
but
what console is it on?
This particular version was the Mega Drive.
That's what I thought.
Okay, World.
he knows what it is.
No.
What? Me?
No, him.
Oh, he. Yeah. I feel like
you.
he
You
does.
look as dumbfounded as I do.
Yeah. I got no clue. What character do you play in this?
Multiple characters.
Love that one.
Is it the sequel?
No.
Ooh.
Good question, Dan.
is a
All right,
good question.
World.
So it was. We said Mega Drive. It was Mega Drive, wasn't it?
This particular version. Because I had the better sound clip. And we finished this disastrous show with Dan dying. We've been Hack the Dino.
well,
See you later.
Okay, so a question.
Go with something to try and throw him. I don't know.
Now I'm double guessing myself.
Is it a
no.
narrative game?
No, it's not.
Okay.
Not now.
Dan, question number 3.
Is it California Games?
It's California Game.
I had to narrow that down because there's a second one.
There is, but Louie was only famously in the first
That's
one.
what I thought, but I had it on I had it in the Master System.
Yeah.
That was the one.
Okay, here we go.
Surfing.
Cool games.
Damn it, Guinness. Back.
Song number 3. And it goes on like that. Dan, question number 1.
What genre of game is it?
It's a fighting game.
Oh, sick, mate. Cool.
What console is it on?
It's on it originally, or where it appeared first.
Originally.
Originally it was
The
in
one that it's
arcade.
on. The one that
It's
you're
not
playing.
originally and where it appeared first the same thing.
Fine, it's an arcade. Screw you guys.
Oh.
Is that the one that you're playing? Is the arcade one?
No,
Does that mean
it means whatever the hell I want it to mean. They were rude.
so? Arcade fighting game.
Yep.
Is it a offshoot of another franchise
No.
game?
Nope. Question number 2, World.
It's a good question. Come on, guys. Give me some props.
Floppy, you had arcade games. I walk past arcades and they've got Flappy Bird, so I've got no clue.
I played.
Is
I was
Flappy
in-
Bird in the arcade?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a arcade version. It's the dumbest thing. And it's time crazy.
Who is the main character?
Uh,
Stupid question.
Yeah, multiple. It's a fighting game. Silly. Dan, question number 3.
Is it heavy violence or is it?
No.
I don't read
that's
my
your
question. That doesn't
That's
make
your
sense.
question.
Do you have weapons?
Some characters do.
Some.
Question number 3.
Does the title have a K in it?
Yes.
Okay.
That narrows it down to 45 King games.
Dan, question number 4.
What is the number at the end of the game?
There is none.
Oh, God, blimey.
Fourth
Brayden?
question.
Yeah?
Do you know this?
Oh, no. Go.
Okay. I can't remember if it started in the arcades. Is it King of Fighters?
No.
No.
It is Killer Instinct.
Oh! I thought it was King. That's why I King, because I heard the little voice at the start.
There's an absolute bomb.
There's a little voice at the start, like the Killer Instinct.
Humiliation.
Yeah, but I couldn't remember what the game was called.
Oh, really?
And for those out there, it's actually Killer Instinct, the remake. It's free on Games Pass.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Not
the
a bad
Xbox
game.
One version?
Yeah.
We did
Nice.
terrible on that one.
Anyway.
It's at the end.
So, Dan's
That's it.
on 3. The world is on 5. Yeah! Dan clawing his way back. Brayden, take us out.
Woo!
Ladies and gentlemen, we've been Hack the Dino. This has been our Critical Path, and my God, what a disaster it's been.
Been the messiest show I think we've ever had.
Thank you very much for watching and indulging us in all our wackiness. I've got a fun time ahead of editing the whole podcast down, but you can hear that over on iTunes, over on Spotify, and over on SoundCloud. You can also, while you're watching us on YouTube, press that little... What are you doing? Press that little subscribe button